Good day again. For today's video, I will discussing and apply what I have learned from the AutoCAD application tool, which is modifying commands. This is Michael M. Ramos Jr., student of Master of Engineering in Computer Engineering, and my professor is Dr. Edwin R. Arboleda, professor and Meng 203 Computer Aided Drafting and Design. From the previous video, I've discussed, applied all what I have learned in drawing command, such as creating line, points, applying the DDP type, how to divide lines and segments, drawing a circle using the radius, the diameter, 3 point, 2 point, and also the tangent, and identifying the objects list. So in modifying commands, so let's start it by discussing what is an erase command. So previous video, I've discussed that erase command is used to delete or erase objects that are drawn in the object. So in this AutoCAD Autodesk, okay, AutoCAD 2021, we have here the previous drawing, okay, the circles and the lines. Let's try to save this file. So we have your file, save as drawing. So let's go to desktop, AutoCAD activities. So we have here the application one and then save. So we want to replace it. So we have here the application one. So let's apply the command erase. So let's type E for erase. Click a certain object and press enter. Okay. So we could erase a certain object using the blue shaded part of the left mouse button. So it will erase some objects and press enter. Or we could erase all of the objects by using the left mouse button and panning it to the left. Okay, and as you can see, some parts of the objects are inside the shaded area of green, and once press enter, all of the objects are deleted. So that is the function of erase. So in this next command, we have here the undo or U. So once we press U, automatically we could recover all deleted objects. Okay? So we could type in the command undo. Okay? So we could restore all of the deleted objects. Okay? So if we want to erase all of these objects, we could type E, erase, and then type all. Then press enter to delete them all. So let's U for undo, and all of the objects are being restored. So that's the command for erase and also for undo. So next command is we have here OOPS or oops. So oops is used to recover a certain object that is being erased. Okay? So the previous one, so for example, I type E for erase and I've erased this object. So once I press enter, that certain circle is deleted. So if I want to recover that circle, I could use U to undo or type oops. Once I press oops, the certain object, specifically the circle, will be recovered. Okay? So for example, these two circles is deleted. Then I tried oops. Then those two circles are recovered. So that is the command for oops. So next one we have here the command move. So to move an object from one place to another. So for example, I want to move this big circle at this point. So let's try to apply the move. So typing the spelling of move, select a certain object, then press enter. Then let's move the object by choosing the midpoint, by choosing some of the parts of the circle, a certain perpendicular of the circle, or I say the center or midpoint of the circle may do. Then I want to place the circle in this part, the midpoint of the small circle. So once I click this, automatically, the big circle is moved at the certain point of this circle. So if I want to remove this circle on the other side, so I will type M for move, select the circle, press enter, and then I would like to move it using the perpendicular point of the circle, and then move it on this area. Okay, so that is the function for move. So let's try if we could select a three circles or five circles and press enter. And what if I want to use the base point of this third circle? So I can move all of those five circles selected. Okay. Then if I want to retain certain position of these five circles a while ago, so I would try to type oops. So oops is not applicable because I do not erase or I didn't erase or I didn't delete objects. Okay. So for this part, I will only press U for undo, U for undo. Okay. Oops is only used for recovering or restoring objects that are being deleted. Undo is used to undo a certain command. Okay. So we have here erase, undo, oops, and move. So we have here another command which is copy. Copy has a shortcut command for CO or CP. So if we want to copy a certain object with the same length, the same size, so we could use the command CO or CP. So for example, CO, so I have here select objects after typing CO. So clicking this object or this big circle. So I have here selected object, press enter. So I have here specify base point or displacement mode. So for example, the midpoint of the circle. Then specify second point or array use first point as displacement. So I have here this. So by clicking, so I have here the copy of the circle. So this Autodesk AutoCAD 2021 has a built-in feature that once we copy a certain object, it will create another copy. So unlike the older version, we could select single copy or multiple copy. But in this updated version, which is the AutoCAD 2021, it automatically holds a copy of a certain object. So if I would like to press or create another circle, okay, the same circle, so click enter, and then if I want to create another circle, so it has the same. So I'm not trying to type M for multiple. So automatically in AutoCAD Autodesk 2021, the copy feature can create multiple copies of an object. So to end this, escape or enter may do. Okay, so I'll click Q for undo. So all of the circles created or copied are erased. So let's try this small circle. So CP for copy, press or select the object, click enter, select base point. So it could be the midpoint or the center or the perpendicular of the circle. Then put it on here and I could create another and another and another one and press escape or enter. So that is the command for copy. Now let's move on to another command, which is we have here the offset. So offset is used to create a certain object, specifically a line, to create a multiple copy with a certain distance. So if I want to create 5 lines with a distance of 500, I could create it using offset. So in creating a line, so first thing to do is to type letter L. But before that, I want to erase all of these objects. So I will click E or press E in my keyboard. Then click enter. Then type all. Once I press all of the objects are shaded as gray. And once I press enter, all of the objects are deleted. So I want to create a chessboard, for example. So I will draw a line. So typing L. So I have here a line, and this certain line will do. So we have here some suggestions that this line is on 0 degree. So as you can see in this PowerPoint presentation, some commands can, can modify, can program the certain line create or the line created in this AutoCAD. So we have here the ortho and polar. So ortho mode, so the shortcut command is F8 or function 8. So we have here F8. So in ortho mode, only horizontal and vertical lines are available. Okay, ortho mode F8, or in this AutoCAD, we have here this restrict cursor orthogonally, which is active. So we have here ortho mode as active. So only horizontal and vertical lines are accepted. So that is ortho mode. So on the other one, we have here the polar mode, which is F10. So when we press F10, okay, we could create certain lines, okay, L for line. We could create certain lines with a specific degree. So I have here 0. So I could create 90. I could create a line with this angle. So 18, 7, 20 degrees, 57 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, 132 degrees. So in polar mode, so as you can see, the active part here is polar tracking. So I could create a line by applying a certain angle. Okay? So in ortho mode, I could create a line horizontal or vertical, while on ortho or polar mode, I could create a line within a certain angle. So let's press E for erase all. So in this example, applying the offset, okay, I will apply the ortho mode. So I would just like press F8 or click this ortho mode function. So press L for line. So I would create a certain line at this point. A line with, let's say, 3,500 of length. Then enter. So this is a straight line. So let's apply offset. So how can we use this offset? So the shortcut command is letter O. So press O for offset. Okay. So in our home menu, we have here the offset. Okay. So once we press offset O, so we have here specify offset distance. Okay. So we'll um, enter a value of the distance of a certain line that we will draw. So for example, I want 100. Okay. So the specify offset distance of the next line to be created is 100. By clicking enter, we have here select object to offset. So for example, this line, I would press or click this line and then press down or press up to offset this line. So 100, another one, 100, another one, 100. So I can use the first line to offset it upward, 100, 100, and 100. So the distance of these two lines is 100. So you have your line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5, line 6, line 7. So we'll create another one, line 8, line 9, line 10. Okay? So for example, I want to add another line vertically. So press L, line. Let's start it on this point. Then if we are on ortho mode, only horizontal and vertical lines are available. So let's press 1,5. Okay? So that is the shortcut command, or applying a distance of the line from one point to another. Then press escape. So we will create another offset line on this part. So typing O for offset, selecting a certain line. Okay. So specify offset distance. Let's say offset distance is 150. Then select an object. Let's select the vertical line and offset it to the right. So automatically, when I press the second line, the offset value will be 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, and 150. Okay, so that is the offset. So let's try to offset all of these one by one until it reach the end. Okay, so that's how we could create a certain line with specific distance. Okay, they have the same horizontal and vertical lines with equal distance. Okay, so that is offset. So for the last command, under modifying commands, we have here trim. So in trimming, we could delete a certain part of these objects. Okay, so for example, these lines, we could trim all of those parts until only the squares will be remain. Okay, the shortcut command for trim is letter T. So by typing T, so we have here trim. So TR for trim and press enter. So we have here trim. So we could press this, okay, one by one to trim all of those unnecessary lines. Okay? So we could apply the shortcut trimming. So we could press and then drag and then another press to delete. So click and then click, click, and then click again. So click at this point, drag down, and we have here trim object. Okay, so let's press escape. So let's undo. So all of the objects are remain. So another function of trim, so we could use the trim command for T. So tr trim. So we will use letter T for cutting edges. So for cutting edges, we'll specify certain lines. For example, this line, this line, this line, and also this line. So these are the cutting edges. So all of those other lines will be deleted. Okay. So when we press enter, so we could delete all of those lines. So for example, by clicking this here, here, here. Okay. Shortcut, 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 and we have here the shortcut. Okay, so this is the shortcut command for trim and press escape. So we have here the trim object. Okay, so U for undo. So we could trim individual or selecting them. So in AutoCAD 2021 version, we could trim as fast as by dragging all of those lines. Okay, so on this video, we've tackled and we've applied the command erase, undo, oops, move, copy, offset, and also trim. Also, we've discussed in this video how to use ortho and also polar in creating lines, vertical or horizontally, or even if we could create a line within a specific angle. Okay? So if you like this video, you could press the like button and subscribe to Michael RMS, where we apply what we've learned from the academe. So subscribe now. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and stay safe.